If your church is paying a lot of money for software and various tools from different places, you may be able to build it yourself and completely for free. I'm not even joking. There's this free tool I'm going to show you today and walk you through exactly how this works and how you can maybe be able to build custom tools for your church that help make your job easier and save your church money as well. Let's get started. So the tool that I've been using is called Zeit, and I'll leave a link in the description in case you want to check it out for yourself. But what I found so incredibly powerful about this specific tool is that it is both an AI website builder, app builder, things like that. But there are a couple of unique features that make it different from, say, Lovable or Replit or any of the other competitors out there. There's a ton of great AI app builders out there, but this one has integrated features and that take it to the next level and really can help your church grow. And let me show you a couple examples of what I built and maybe what makes this site a little bit different from the other tools that are out there. The first thing I wanted to do is I was struggling with a system of how to keep track of different music groups in our church that perform. We have a couple of services on Sundays where groups perform, and keeping people on a consistent schedule, making the schedule in a spreadsheet, changing people who maybe switch between different groups was really a hassle and just kind of clunky and really became a chore. And this sort of streamlined it. I just wanted to build something that allowed me to create groups and add them to the schedule easily and then share that schedule out to people. So let me show an example. I just will create a group. Let's just call it group 1. And then, you add the group names here. And then I go ahead and add. And then I just drag this group right here onto, the music schedule. And then not only that, but I had it build so that it tells me the last time a group has been scheduled. So if they're marked in red, they've been scheduled recently, it probably would be ideal to schedule a different group if they haven't performed more recently. But you can add and edit the schedule. You can rename special services, which is another neat feature. And all of these things I just basically asked the AI to build, and it built it for me. You can also add an extra date at the top or an in between, like let's say there's maybe an extra service this week. You can just add that. You can type it in, and it will add a service to the schedule. Other than that, it's just the regular Sundays that appear in the schedule. We go off a 2-month schedule, so I have it default to a 2-month view. And then once I built the schedule, I can then go ahead and either print it, which will allow me to print or save as a PDF. And then recently I had it add the feature where it can share a link. So anybody who goes to the schedule link will be able to view the upcoming schedule, not just the PDF version. They could view a live, up-to-date version of the schedule, which is a really useful feature for helping keep things organized. Another thing I did, we were migrating away from another tool that is frankly quite expensive for our church and focusing more, for sermon and event embeds. So we were able to migrate our sermon library over, but didn't have a good solution for the events. And so I thought, why not just custom build our own? So this is a similar tool that is similar to what we were using before, which essentially has thumbnails and titles of upcoming events, their dates, and then if there's a link to register, include the link to register. So let's add an event here. Let's just say it's a summer barbecue, and it's coming up on, let's say, the 24th, and it is from, let's say, 3 p.m. to 6 p.m., and then you can add a location if you need to, or a category. And you can even include an event image. I'm just going to pull something in. If it has a registration URL, you can add that here. I'm just going to put in a placeholder URL and then create the event. Okay, now you can take this event embed code and you can copy the link and paste that embed code on the website. And what it will do is now it will be up to date with the events. So these are some just examples, just some ideas of ways that you can build custom software for your church. And there's no cost to be able to have these apps. If you want to upgrade to a paid plan, then you can add your own domain to some of these tools if you wanted to. But the free plan is very generous and allows you a certain amount of credits per month. By the way, if you do use my link below, you do get 50% more credits to try out this tool for yourself. and see if it benefits your church, but you can build your own custom software. So this tool is different in a couple of ways. Let me show you why. First, when you come in, you can set your own brand. So in other words, maybe your church has a consistent look and feel that you want all your tools to look like. You can build a brand and then all your apps will look the same unless you want to choose a different theme. They have plenty of other themes you can choose from, or you can just tell it what type of theme that you want and it will build it. Also, you can use the plan feature, which essentially allows you to preview what it's going to do before it builds it. That way you don't have to wait until it's done using your credits and building the site to have an idea of what it's going to look like. It'll give you a rough sketch of what the site will look like. But the reason why this differentiates itself a little bit from some of the other tools out there is that it has built in a database and workflows. So, for example, a lot of other tools that I was using to try to build similar things were breaking because there was no way to accurately store the data. And then even when it was storing the data, it wasn't communicating when I logged in from another device. So the original version of the software that I had built, when I logged in on my phone, none of the schedule was there. And that was difficult for me because I wanted it to be accessible whether I was logging in from my phone or my computer. And so this tool has built-in databases that will sync all of your information so that way it reflects across all your devices. You can have users so that people can log in to this software and add stuff in if you want that. You can have custom workflows. So think of automation like Zapier. It integrates with other tools, and a lot of the most popular tools out there it integrates with. And so this is a great way to build custom software for your church, and you can do it completely for free. Every month your credits reset, and then there's a daily message limit. But honestly, if you get started, you can start building and iterating ideas at a very low barrier of entry. There's no cost to be able to build these sites and put them out there. So if this is something that you're interested in, click the link below. And if you're trying to find other ways to grow your church or to flesh out your church's online presence, I'm always happy to help. Please feel free to book a strategy call. That link will be in the description also. Other than that, look forward to seeing you in the next video.